Welcome to episode 9. Today we're working on this great little handmade mug that my friend Nancy submitted and our friend Mary made. So let's start with the drawing. I'm using a few pastel pencils to do the drawing today. Okay, let's mix up that dirty, organic looking white. Let's get around those little elephant details. I keep adding some dark umbers and lighter umbers to the mix to dirty up the white, and you can see I'm not too successful here. Plus, the white just looks so white against the black paper. So there I've got, you can see I'm warming it up a little bit more with some more organic earth tones. Thank you again, Nancy. Great cup. Mug. Actually, it's a mug. Okay, each layer of gouache gets funner to put down. First layers are just such a struggle. Anyway, gets more fun all the time. Just trying to give it a good overall organic base, because then we've got to build some layers on top of this. So here's what I'm doing. I don't know exactly how I want to approach the texture on it. So I'm taking two little white rectangles that I'm going to try a couple techniques before I commit. So put a couple rich layers of that down and then let it dry. And here's what I've got: an oil pastel, a water-soluble oil pastel, kind of a hybrid thing, and then just a piece of handmade pastel, chalk pastel. And probably any one of these would have worked, but here's what I was working on: creating some texture on top of the white gouache without obscuring the lighter background. So I'm trying all three of these to see which one might be the best tool for the job here. And actually, almost any of them would do it. So that's what I'm trying to replicate, that dark, grainy texture. And I end up using the middle one, the water-soluble oil pastel, but it really could have been any of those. And I'm off screen here for a second, sorry about that. Working on the mug handle. And I'm also trying to make it a little uneven, because that's how I see it on the mug, and just to keep with that earthiness of it. So following a few of the lines and cracks and interesting little bits on the cup. I take the white pastel pencil, which really absolutely does nothing at this point. Now I go back to a black charcoal and fill in a few things here. Oh, add tails, little teeny elephant tails. A few more marks. And I decided to do something about the little shape of the ear. At first I thought it was the eye when I first did it, but those are actually the ears of the elephants. And so I made another little mix, earthy mix of some blue and umber, and just added a few more details. It needed a little something something. And here I think is, yeah, so this was another idea I had, and I proceeded before trying this one out, but taking the grain from a paper towel and pulling back after I laid some dark gouache on the white gouache. It's a little messier this way, so I kind of decided against it since the oil pastels were going to work. But you see, that would have been another approach, which probably would have looked pretty nice too. Anyway, it's good to practice before you apply some texture you're not sure about, and I was not sure about it. So at this point, I think I'm almost done. And then I looked back at my original photograph and saw how earthy and much warmer. Look how much warmer that cup is. The white is a little cold. So I decided to take a handful of colored pencils, all in the warmer tones, and to apply those over the whole piece, kind of like a glaze in a way. I couldn't really at this point have glazed over the painted mug because it all would have melted together. I would have had to have done a fixative and blah, blah, blah. So the colored pencils to the rescue. They're much more subtle, and there was so much texture on there. It was a little challenging to rub it on. But the trick with the colored pencils I've found is just use a lighter coat of several different colors in order to achieve what you're looking for. So I was just trying to warm it up. So I have yellows and beiges and taupes. And I had forgotten there's a little extra piece of that handle there. So I got to go add that too. So it's a little warmer now, thanks to those colored pencils. So this now is my final. Thank you so much for checking in with me. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.